Okay, here we are back with the last section of our Unit 3 notes. In Section 5, we defined genocide, and we discussed Somalia, and now we're going to finish up with the country of Rwanda. Okay, so obviously on the map here, you can see that Rwanda is a very small country located in Central Africa. It's officially called the Republic of Rwanda, and it is landlocked. It's in the middle there. The big issue with this country is the legacy of ethnic tensions between the Tutsi minority and the majority Hutus, which we'll get into in a little second here. But we're going to see that Rwanda is going to be the scene of one of the worst genocides in the late 20th century. So first, let's focus on the Hutu. Again, Hutu are going to be the majority of the population in Rwanda. They are traditionally more farmers, and they were going to be dominated by the Tutsi tribe or the Tutsi ethnicity. So we're going to get into that in a second here. So you have the other ethnic group or tribe or clan, the Tutsi. And they are the minority in this region of African Rwanda and Burundi. The key thing here, and this is what I want to focus on, is that they were favored by the European colonists. The European colonists, for several reasons, are going to feel that the Tutsi are superior. They're going to claim that the Tutsi look more European. They were taller. They had features that were more European. Like also, they were more in the farming culture in terms of cows and goats in that sense. So the Europeans are going to give them more worth there, and they're going to treat them better, whereas the Hutu are seen as inferior. Now, if you really want to get deep into this, many historians believe that the Europeans did this to weaken the people of Rwanda in general. Favoring one group, the Tutsi, over the Hutu could cause ongoing ethnic strife, which again would make it easier to control this colony of Rwanda. If the Rwandan people were unified together, the Tutsi and Hutu, it would be harder for the Europeans, at first the Germans, later Belgium, to control these people. But this will linger on as the Tutsi are going to be favored in terms of political, economic, and even social treatment, and then the Tutsi over time begin kind of like holding that over the Hutu and discriminating against them. So again, here you have the country of Rwanda, again surrounded by the Congo, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, right in the middle there. So what is going to happen with this Rwandan genocide? And again, these statistics are just horrific. In 100 days, this 100-day period, the UN believes over 800,000 people were killed. And again, that estimate is often considered by historians a low estimate because they just couldn't locate everyone. But what will happen is a plane carrying the Rwandan and Burundi president is going to be shot down, and that's the event that will spark the Hutus to rise up and to start getting revenge for years of that mistreatment that we talked about before. And they begin a systematic, killing of all the Tutsi that they possibly can. And again, I want to make this other point clear that yes, 800,000 people were killed. They weren't all Tutsi. There were many Hutus who were moderates who often helped the Tutsi, but they became the targets also of this Hutu ethnic majority. Many people feel that the Hutu actually shot down that plane carrying that president to give them a reason, even though it was their leader who got killed, to give them the reason to rise up and begin this genocide. And again, it lasts 100 days, but it is just horrific. One of the questions that always gets asked, and we went back to this in this course before, about never letting a genocide happen again, like the Jewish Holocaust during World War II. But so the question comes up: why didn't the UN do anything, or why didn't the United States do anything? Well, in the early stages of the genocide, the UN had peacekeepers there, but 10 of them were killed. and in order to not have any more peacekeepers be killed or be get in the line of fire, the United Nations withdrew most of their peacekeeping forces, which again showed a kind of a sign of weakness. On the other hand, the question comes up: why doesn't President Clinton, why didn't he do anything? And this will go back to what we talked about in the previous part of Unit 3, Section 5, is that because of that Somalia, failed mission and the images of American soldiers, dead American soldiers being drug around the streets, the United States was wary of committing American soldiers into another civil war where this could happen. President Clinton will later say that this is one of the greatest mistakes he made during his presidency, not acting. But like we talked about in class, it's very difficult to be a president and make these tough decisions. If it was a civil war, why would the U.S. Intervene? But if it's a genocide, why didn't we intervene? Again, not judging anyone here, just a very difficult decision. I did have a couple videos up here that I think we're going to watch, one of them in class. But I do recommend watching a movie called Hotel Rwanda that discusses this genocide and has a man Rwandan who's going to save thousands of people. But okay, that's it for Unit 3 notes. We are done the first quarter for material.